Check, check. Check, check. Okay, welcome to the March 10th Board of Selectmen meeting. First order of business is approve the minutes of the February 11th meeting.
Motion to approve the minutes?
Second.
All those in favor? Motion is carried. Next item under new business is consideration of opting in on Maine adult use marijuana program. Sean here.
No, we sent a note in saying that I would be here, he's out of town.
Oh, okay. So he did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, he did. Thank you.
Feel, just identify yourself and your.
Sure. My name is Bruce Riley, and I'm Vice President of Brody Technology.
And you are residing?
I was just getting to that. 17 Hemlock Drive, Northborough, Massachusetts, 01532. So, here tonight to, in lieu of Sean and Alyssa Brody, who are the owners of B&B Cultivation on 302. And they've been in business for roughly a year and a half, and they've, by all indications, built a nice little business for Raymond and for themselves, and have been successful generating a decent, multiple thousand clients to visit their location on a regular basis, because they do the things that need to be done in any retail. Good service, friendly people, clean environment. And so those are the tricks of the retail business today, I think. And if any of you are in retail, you probably know that to be true. The idea is that going forward, they want to consider to see where the board is in terms of expanding into the recreational cannabis business. The landlord is interested in building a new facility next door, but it's all dependent on getting the approval of the select people. So that's pretty much where they are. They've had a good relationship, I believe, with the town, and have been successful in the business. And I don't know if you have your 3-minute limit or not, but that's pretty much all I have to say in terms of the business. Any questions for me, or anything I can help you with? Or?
No.
So the idea is just to see where you are as a board and what next steps we could proceed with.
Is there anybody else speaking on behalf of this resolution?
Yes.
Hi there, Selectman. Thank you. My name is Larry McWilliams from the town of Westbrook, 04092 if you need to know that. I am the owner, and my wife owners of Potluck Joint Relief in Westbrook. We are a medical cannabis caregiver dispensary, growers. We do it all. And what we're looking to do here is working with Sean as well. I do work with Sean quite often because he buys most of my products in the medical industry. And we do get to see a lot of what the benefits of marijuana has done, not only for the citizens of people, but for what it can do also for the town and what it can do for you guys as Raymond. We travel to Raymond quite often. We have friends that own a Mosquito. I have friends that own Webb's Mill Variety. We go to Casco Bay. We have Camp and Coffee Pond. We're in the area quite often. We've been here for quite a number of years. So we do a lot of activity in the town of Raymond, and we look at it as an opportunity as a tourist town, as first off, as Raymond is bringing customers in or bringing revenue into the city, on why possibly you might want to opt in on doing an adult use program. Would be first off employment. We employ local people. We pay at the starting rate that we pay our employees is $16 an hour, which is pretty high wages. The state amount of taxes that we're paying is also pretty high. I do now sit on the planning board of the city of Westbrook, so we're all learning this together, as well as learning these rules and what we can and can't do, or why we can do things. But we're looking at the benefit of what's going to bring into the town to people coming in to see. And not only if we opt into recreational stores, which you can limit. I know Portland's doing it, and they're limited to 20 stores, and Raymond's not that big, so we're not looking to do anything like that. But we like to keep it, limited. But if you do opt in on the recreational, as far as even the growing aspects, there's the information on the realty, the opting in on people coming in to grow the product, the amount of jobs and the amount of revenue that's being developed in the state of Maine right now is astronomical, and it's only going to continue to grow. And I think with where you're located centrally from the Lakes region, you have a perfect opportunity in the city and area to possibly think about something like this with the revenues. The state of Maine with the OMP office, the Office of Marijuana Policy, is really working very hard to diligently. They're working great on testing. The products that are out there are safe. They're regulated. They make sure that they know what's going on. There's legislature in now. If you opt in, possibly, it hasn't passed yet, but they're talking 2 to 3% of the sales tax could possibly go right directly to the municipalities. Now, even if it, hopefully something like that could be worked out where it does benefit you directly, but even indirectly with the sales of marijuana on the recreational, with the 20% sales tax that they're looking to bring into this industry, is only going to help more taxpayer pool money to come into revenues for every town to use in the state of Maine. So it's coming no matter what. We're just hoping that maybe you guys can listen to us, opt in, think about what recreational marijuana could do. I know we're already doing the medical because I'm selling to Sean, and we have a great business relationship with him as well. And we have all of our tested products, regulated, so forth, labeled. We're trying to do it the right way, be transparent, and open-minded to what can and could possibly be the great possibility, what it can do to be for where it can bring revenues to your town. And also the tourism industry. The tourism that you bring in here now is only going to increase. And the revenues that people come in from out of state who are using recreational marijuana are going to spend a lot more money than what they're paying in now from Massachusetts or what have you. So it's only going to help regulate more state income as far as where it goes to you guys. And like I said, with the other businesses that are in play, our friends at the Mexicali Blues, they're also just another business that can benefit from people coming in directly through the marijuana industry. Same with Mosquito, with the ice cream. People love to eat after smoking marijuana. It's definitely one of those things that's always been a joke. We do a lot with beginning education. We educate people a lot. So people who are coming into our store, we teach them how and why to use this product. And rather than getting somebody that's coming off the street and just giving them something that they don't know what they're taking, we want to make sure that they do know what they're taking. We know how to dose our products, and we know how to educate people on why and how to take them. So it makes a big interest in when you're educating it properly. So we just want to let you guys, see how you feel on it. Again, my name is Larry McWilliams. I own Potluck Joint Relief. I'll be more than happy to give you my business card. I'm in Westbrook. If you feel any questions that come up that you don't think of, or you do think of that you don't understand or want to understand, or you want to come visit my facility down in Westbrook, you're more than happy to come down. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
I don't necessarily have a question. I just have more of a statement for us as a board. I know when this first came up months ago, we sat on our hands trying to figure out what would be the best recourse, the best way, how we felt Raymond should sit in this industry or whatnot. But as time developed, I know we have Sean here as well, which is an owner of another business of that sort here in Raymond, Highwire Hydroponics or something to that effect. So we definitely, if we don't want this to happen, then we need to take a stand. If we do want this to happen, we need to set a presence of what we're looking to do, because there's businesses in the town right now that are waiting. I don't really feel that's fair. I think we should take a stance somehow, some way. I'm not saying it tonight, but we need to move forward with more information and be able to establish how we want to portray that subject in our town.
Do either one of you know where this stands legally in the state of Maine? You can revisit the microphone.
I don't know if it's on camera. I know
Yes, it
is.
we have to do that.
Yes.
I was a councilman
You're
in
not
Westbrook
standing
also
there,
for
we
the last
can't hear
time,
you.
so that's
People at home can't hear you
that's
without you
fine.
standing there.
That's the same way we always are. Yeah. So the state of Maine is finally trying to figure out the laws of what's going on. They still don't have it all down to the science yet either. We're working with the state of Maine as well as they're working with us. The laws are not written in stone, but the cities have to opt in first. Then we have to get a license as a person of interest to try to become a partnership into the recreational market. So we have to sign a license, we have to get a license, but it's only good for a certain amount of time. So once we get our license, and if a town opts in, then once the full rules come into play through the state, which they're coming, they have them listed. It's just takes a lot of time to get a lot of legislation. The laws are changing every single week. I mean, every time you turn around, it's in the news, something else is changing, whether it be on the medical or the recreational, but it's coming soon, and they're really working hard to get it down. They look into OMP, into their website. If you have questions with the state, they're diligently trying to get this passed through, and it's what the citizens have wanted. We voted for it, I don't know, since January 17 now, and we're trying to do it right. We're trying to do it in the right way, and we think we have a great relationship working with Sean as well with B&B, and a location that's suitable for. We're already in business now, and the location where it would be something that, especially with, like I say, with the recreational that's coming into play, it's going to opt the businesses for growing. And I know with Highwire, I'm sure that's what a lot of these places are looking to, even if they're not having a store. Not everybody wants a store. A lot of people just want to grow it. They want to be the silent partner to have it, but the industry's there. It's going to generate the economy. It's the amount of money that's being lost by the state of Maine not implementing this for the last 2 years is ludicrous. And
Millions.
Millions. I mean, we're already saving $1.6 billion in Medicare costs in the medical industry in the 33 states that are listed as medical. So that just shows you where it's going. It's already been opted into the state. It's now up to the towns on which towns is going to want it to bring it into their jurisdiction. And I can tell you now, with being in business in Westbrook, where Sean is in Raymond, we're not doing anything wrong. Highwire Hydroponics, we buy from them, same with anybody. And it's all good consumerism, capitalism. We're here to make money as well, but we're giving back just as much. We're paying our taxes, we're paying our fair share, and it's going to be something that's definitely here to go. So it's that close with the state pulling the trigger. It should have been in March, but it wasn't. Now they're talking June before they first implement the first store. Where that's going to be, I don't know. It could be Portland, it could be Winslow, it could be anywhere USA, Maine, but it's coming. So just let you guys, look into it. I mean, it's big money, and it's big industry. So, any other questions?
I'm not done. I have no other questions.
Thank you.
My concern is, I have two concerns. One concern, and the overriding concern, is that this is still in legal flux at the state of Maine. You can have all the faith you want in the legislature, but we don't.
Right.
And if their plan is to have it implemented in some shape or form by mid-June so that they can meet their budget deadlines for July 1st. So on that basis, my recommendation, and I'm going to make a motion now, that we table this item for 90 days past the date the state allows the legality of the instrument. So what I'm suggesting is that you're looking at September or October before we take another look at this.
That's fine.
And that's my logic.
I'm gonna second
Motion.
that.
That is the motion. Is there a second?
I
She
second.
did. She did. Be fair to everybody, right?
So the motion is to table this item
90
until
days.
90 days after
The state law becomes in effect.
Okay, thank you, that's the part I missed.
Discussion?
Can you discuss it?
You
No,
can-
not if you
can
motion to
discuss
table it.
tabling. You can't discuss taking off the table.
No. I think it would just be the reasoning why.
I
But,
said what the reason was. I don't think that we should.
no, I'm not questioning your reason, just was, never mind. I'm just gonna second it.
I think the state of Maine is such in legal flux right now with this that I would not want to be in the town of Raymond or any other town where they decide to lob a test case out there. Or we're gonna sue the town of Raymond to stop this. I think that's a real jeopardy play for us. So I think caution, erring on the side of caution, the safest play is to table it until we can get a better grasp. And I think that that's 90 days out from the time we can actually touch and feel the laws that are in effect. So that's my
The
logic.
reason why I guess I would too, call me old fashioned, whatever, you're educating people on the medical part of it,
Right.
which I'm okay with, I get that. But also, you've got people out there. I do a daycare on 85, and every day kids will say, "Oh, what's that smell?" Gone by in a car, and you know what I mean. And they're like, "Oh, it's a skunk." Do you know? You know what I mean? What else? What else do you say to them? Type thing. And I've got kids that are out there driving for people that are doing it recreationally. So what happens if they get pulled over because of an accident? That is a fear of mine right now because there is no regulations as far as testing people. Or am I wrong? Do you know what I mean? So that to me, until we have some laws in effect as to how to be able to test people, that's why I want to wait. And that's just my 2 cents.
Step up to the mic,
They
please.
still have under the influence law, so I mean, if you're impaired enough to not be able to drive or be able to do a state limit exam while you're there, then you should be arrested. Granted, they can't do blood tests for it, and as they shouldn't. You know, I use it every day. I can do multiple tasks. I'm an amputee of 33 years. I don't do opioids anymore. I can go through my whole story as well on why I use marijuana, and I see the benefits of it working. The alcohol industry is 10 times worse than the marijuana industry is.
You're right.
And the recreational law, with us educating people who come into our shop, whether they were young to adult, most of the people that I deal with are my age or older, and I help educate them on how to use it and what not to do when they're using it. So that's a big thing. And again, I understand your concerns, especially with the way the state is running. They're not. I'm up at Augusta too, and I'm standing in front of DHS committees, and we're trying to get the laws and hammer it out, and we don't have all the answers, and they don't have all the answers. And
Please understand me. I'm not trying to pass judgment.
no. I get you. I get you
Trying
loud
to
and clear.
Get some time in there to see what the state's gonna do so that now we can react.
I'm perfectly happy with that answer. I really am. Thank you for the consideration of it. And in the interim, check in and look into OMP too and see what they're doing. And if you have questions, like I said, I'll be more than happy. I'll leave my business card. You can contact me, and maybe we can help with the laws and getting it together. So,
Good, thanks.
thanks.
Can I jump in real quick too? As Mr. Chairman
Name.
introduced me
Name.
slightly before,
Name,
Sean
address,
Haggerty
date
from
of birth.
Wyndham, also co-owner of Highway Hydroponics. I know the town of Wyndham and South Portland have set up subcommittees to deal with moving forward with this. Specifically, I know it might be something that might be a good idea to get in the works before the 90 days, just so if and when it happens, you're a little more up to speed. It could potentially be a more seamless transition. I don't know if it was even a once-a-month thing where you sat down with a couple of these gentlemen, myself, would be happy to be part of it, and some people in the area that are concerned with helping this move forward, as well as helping educate you guys as to where it is, lawyers perhaps, whatever it is, just to kind of make sure you guys know what's really happening at the state level as well, because there is some confusion for sure. There's a lot going on. So.
Exactly. And I appreciate that, and I'm trying to stay up as much as I can in the information loop on that, so,
Thank you.
thank you.
Rather than forming a committee at this point,
No,
I would say our best bet is to have town manager stay on top of what's going on and be able to report back to us where things are going on.
So I just want to be absolutely clear, my motion is to table for 90 days beyond the state limit. When they authorize it, then we go 90 days and take a look at
So we know what they're actually authorizing.
it.
in
Right.
this, right? Okay.
Right.
And I second that.
Lonnie?
We can discuss it still.
Yeah.
I agree with everything that Mr. Bullock said, except the 90 days. We wait 90 days after this because it's coming. Don't care if anybody likes it or you don't. It is coming, and it's going to be in Casco. It's going to be in Naples. It's going to be in Wyndham, and then we're going to be surrounded by it, and we're going to create 0 jobs from it because we sat on our hands. You're not going to need as many in Raymond. I mean, if we need to be at the forefront of it if we want to maximize it. This is the biggest growing, in my eyes, the biggest growing industry / moneymaker that we've seen in years. It's going crazy. So for us waiting 90 days after they make the law to move forward, we might as well not even bother, because at that point everybody else are going to be monopolizing the businesses, and our businesses in the town of Raymond are going to be SOL. So I agree with everything that is said except the 90 days. So when we vote on it, I will not vote for it because of that 90 day.
But I think
30
there's-
days, I'll go with that.
I
but
still
90
think the
no,
kinks
too
they
long.
have to work out though too.
Yeah.
And there's
But
gonna
why
be a lot
can't
of
we be
kinks.
part of the kinks? that we're working out? Why can't we be part of the pioneers? Why can't we be? And it's not because the more you're on top of it, the better you're going to be able to regulate it. If you're sitting on everybody's coattails, then you're not going to be able to move forward and regulate it as good as you could. That's my feeling. And I'm the type of person, I want to be in the front. I
Yep.
don't want to be in the middle. I don't want to be even second, because the second's the first loser. So moving forward, that's my mentality, especially looking at the town of Raymond to create that kind of revenue. 20%. I mean, come on.
But that's not definite.
And I'm not. And you're right. But it has been. There is states that are already doing it, and the 20% might even be more. So and that's my 2 cents. And I'm not saying
respect
you
that.
guys are wrong. I'm not anything to that effect. I'm just looking at the business opportunity, and not having all the pot still being in our town, but all the surrounding towns making that revenue from it. That's why I look at it.
Not
so.
to set up an argument with you, Lonnie.
No,
but-
and I would not argue with you, because I don't feel real strong one way or real strong the other. I just, again,
We debate really well.
Yeah. And I hear
yeah.
this amount of money and this amount of money and this amount of money, and where is it? In town of Raymond, what would that generate for us?
True,
20,000 a year?
right? I'm not sure about.
I have no
you,
idea.
sir.
That's why we want time to consider it.
estate?
I'm sorry?
The real estate alone, just even with the growers. I mean, the growers that are built and growing these warehouses, I mean, we grow in a
Well,
65.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but you need to understand that there's a very, very limited commercial zone in Raymond, and
Is
I
there?
don't see that.
You
expanding.
blink
Okay.
as you go up 302.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
And
it.
then, yeah,
All right.
So
she
we're
read
not
it.
looking at
So
expanding.
that piece of it now.
So that right there limits.
On the agricultural part of
Yeah,
it, okay,
exactly.
that's
Okay.
fine.
Not, again, not to be rude.
No, no,
I'm just
no,
trying to-
that's
But
good.
we
I mean,
have-
I don't know, like I said, I drive Raymond all over and it's vast, it's open, you
We've
know,
got,
there's places that you can put in
Yeah, we have some shops that never been able to survive. There've been 10 other things.
Yeah.
But we also have other places that have lasted for years and
Yeah.
years and years. So I
Yeah.
mean, there is spots on a retail. There is spots
It all
on
depends what it is.
on other than a warehouse size. So like you said, commercial piece with.
Right, well, I know Travis and Darcy and Mosquito, I mean, we come there all the time, I mean,
Yeah,
they're
that
has
good, they're
always
good, they're good
lasted.
friends, they've
I
always
know,
lasted,
right?
they're good
Yeah.
people, and,
Yep.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
But-
And that's where the commercial zone is, right
Okay,
there. You got an
okay.
ice cream shop, you got a gas station, you got a Dunkin'
And
Donuts,
that's
and
it.
you're in Wyndham.
Right, okay, and what's going on all the way up to Casco, anything, what is any of
I
that
have
zone?
no idea.
Next town over.
No, nothing zoned on up, all the way up as far as on 302?
Okay, so,
Yeah,
Right.
I don't know.
That's where we are. Sorry, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
we
you.
have a motion on the table to a motion to table till 90 days after the state is finalized.
Finalize there.
Yes, sir.
All those in favor? Opposed? Motion is carried.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We're gonna need more from you.
That's
Yes,
fine, can I leave a business card?
please.
Yeah.
Sure.
You giving out samples or?
If you have your medical card, you have to have that for me to give any samples.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Who asked for samples?
Lonnie did.
No, I didn't either. I don't need samples. Oh.
Yeah. Thanks.
We
Would
yes.
you leave one with the
We are a really good group that talks to each
Okay.
other and respects each other's opinions.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
it is. It is.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for listening.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thanks for coming out.
Trying to be fair.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Okay,
Sean.
moving right along. Item B, consideration of salary study to update pay structure. Rita.
Thank you. As you know, we did a KMA study on salary survey for public safety, including recruiting and retention. We'd like to do the same type of study without the retention and recruiting, because we don't have a problem with that, for the office staff and the public safety department, just a salary structure. Public Works. Public Works. We've done public safety. Public Works, I'm sorry. The data that we have is 5 years old. It was last done by Dawn Tyler from HR Partners, so that's old information. Like to update that. And we were very,
What do you look, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have.
Yeah, I was first too.
we were very pleased with the work that Carrie did from KMA, and we'd like to be, have her on board again and have you folks authorize her to do a pay study for us.
And we don't have to update the benefit structure because
No.
that carries over,
Right.
you know, substantially.
It's just the pay
substantially
study.
or identical, actually, with the exception of some specific work rules for, you know, public safety, unionized employees. So we've learned from the first pay study that we offer a competitive benefits program. So we're talking about the pay tables only, and the proposed funding source would be from the surplus merit pool funds that
From the
weren't
merit pool,
utilized last year. And order of magnitude cost is about
10 to
a
11.
little under 10 grand.
Yeah.
10
If
grand,
you
yeah.
use the
Give or
8 hours,
take.
it's 10,800.
Yeah,
Well, we think we can shave some of that
yeah, we're
off.
gonna try to shave that down a little bit.
Okay,
She
so,
won't need to come and do a presentation, I don't believe. I think
We
we
told her
can
we didn't
handle
need
that
that,
ourselves.
and we think we can shave off some of the, we think we can shave off some other costs through negotiation with her as
Yeah,
well.
and I'll be willing to help in any way I can that'll help her.
so if we,
have less
so if we
hours.
authorized the study up, for funds up to $10,000, that would be acceptable.
I think so.
It should be, yeah, should be good.
Can I, wait a minute, no, can I ask a question? Okay, so Rita, so I read on there 70, 80 hours, I'm sorry, we could not hear at this end.
Couldn't hear you.
Yes, you
Heard
were very
Dawn.
late voice. So 70, 80 hours, and they're, I mean, it's 135 an hour, and they're thinking it's gonna take 70, 80 hours. Isn't most of that job description stuff already done? And I know Dawn Tyler had to do that before to put the descriptions, and I know we had to change that and stuff like that. So that part's all done. Do you
That's
really
all
think
done.
do you really think you're gonna need 70 to 80 hours?
I hope not.
Well, that's what we're gonna talk to them about, is we're
Yeah,
gonna
we
see
want
how
her
much
to-
of this can staff do. That's a good point.
Right.
How much can we do? You know, how much, I mean, I think there's an element of negotiation still. And
I
I'm
think a
willing-
lot of her time will be spent on creating the salary survey that she'll send out to the towns, and then gathering the data.
You're gonna create that?
I am not.
No, they are?
Karen.
Okay.
And then there's the analysis. I think we're gonna
Yeah.
get a higher view analysis than we got with Don Tyler. And,
Yeah,
you know, I mean, I agree with you, though. I mean, if there's a way to get it to be less, we
yeah,
should do
we'll
that.
definitely shave it as much as we can.
Okay, so the
But I also wanna make sure we have the funds to do it, too.
Right.
So the motion that Marshall has made is to authorize the study not to exceed 10,000.
Second.
Well,
Oh, now a discussion.
hold on a second, because, sorry, if they're doing, if they're doing even $75 an hour times 135 for 75 hours, that's 10,100, so.
That's close enough.
Okay,
Yeah, but they're saying that, so that's what I say, we're authorizing up to that, so
Yeah,
they
not
have,
to
they have,
So they can do
they have
about
they have to
68
negotiate, they
hours.
have to
Right.
negotiate them down into that range.
It can go to black and white.
I just have one comment.
Yeah.
And that is, when we did the original one, we went out to bid. We got, I believe, 3 or 4 bids. They ranged from order of magnitude, maybe 14, 15, up to around 20.
Yeah.
So at the time, I remember I think Joe was the chair, or he was involved somehow, and said, go see what you can do. So I took the low bid and I negotiated, you know, significant amount of money off the low bid, which is not typical, but it's something that we have and can do. And I think if we can look at the scope of work somewhat, see what it is that we can do that doesn't get into their area, you know, professional work, see what we can do to be of assistance. But I think you do want their level of, them designing the survey, their level of analysis, their conclusions, not our conclusions. That's what you're paying them for. I think we can work with this.
It'll also make us comparable with public safety, so we'll all
Yeah.
be on the
Right.
same page. All
And it's been
all
5 years.
departments. Yeah, it's been 5 years.
It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Motion is carried.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rita.
Thanks, Rita.
Consideration of issuing tax abatements. And I think you're gonna pick up, the tax abatements plus the assessments.
Plus
and-
the supplemental.
So we can do, C, D, and E.
Yes.
First one, I
E,
can see.
yeah, I can do E as well. So the first is the tax abatement. And evidently, there was a house where the Raymond Casco line went through it, and we didn't have it assessed properly.
seriously?
Yeah. And there was some sort of a discrepancy of where the line went. So Kurt went out with the landowner and I believe with the assessor Casco and figured all of that out and came out with a supplemental tax bill of, tax abatement on $95,200 in value and, which is an abatement of $1,280.44 in taxes
Showing you.
for
So this is-
2019.
This is a stupid question. So they pay to both towns, then is what they do?
Yes. Yeah, they
It's
pay,
cheaper.
I don't know.
I said,
I
who's
have no
cheaper?
idea.
I said, they're paying taxes to both towns, who's cheaper?
Well, it depends on the footage. I mean, the way the line, the way the line went through there, it's like 2/3, 1/3 type.
Oh, okay.
Type setup,
Right.
so it's, depends on which, where the house fell and what the acreage was in each quadrant.
And which outbuildings are on which parcel and whatnot. And it's 12 Emerald Cove Lane is where the property sits.
So is there a motion?
A motion to approve tax abatement.
Is this the same piece of property that's coming in later on
No.
Emerald Cove?
No, it's a different.
No.
All right.
Isn't this the one?
Yeah.
I'm on it.
Yeah.
Say yes to 1,200.
I know, it's just a lot in that area, but
Yeah.
it's two separate.
I think I missed the second.
Oh,
Was there a second?
I don't think there was a
Oh,
second, but
right.
I'll make one.
Yeah.
I was thinking, yeah.
Right.
So moved and seconded, all in favor? Opposed? None? That motion carries. Okay, here we go.
I get that one.
You wanna go through the,
Assess on the supplementals.
yep,
You'll have 3 sets of paperwork coming through, but there are 3 parcels that are involved. One is for Daniel Plummer, it's land on Meadow Road, map 46, lot 27B. And there was, an assessment of a building on the property that was omitted in error in the original tax bills. And Kurt's going back 3 years, so for 2017, 2018, 2019. That's why there are 3 sets of paperwork you'll see come through. And David Plummer's is on that for each one. His tax amount for 2017 is $130.38. 2018 is $98.28. And 2019 is $142.57.
That's weird. I thought
That
they all
is
go
weird. I
up.
wonder if
130, drop down to 98, then jump back up to 142.
I wonder if I miskeyed. Don, do you have the supplemental? Sam has them. And then the second is Marjorie Plummer, map 46, lot 27. It's equally land on Meadow Road, and it's the same sort of thing. There's a building on the property that was omitted. And Kurt's suggesting going back to the 3 years, 17, 18, and 19. And this one does go $95.94, $98.28, $104.91.
Yeah, that other one makes more sense.
So I'll double check those figures after. I'm guessing my 98.28 is not correct. Then the third is David A. and April L. McElhenney. Map 3, lot 34B, it's 58 Mystic Cove. And their homestead exemption was granted in error. So that's going to be a $20,000 value and amounts to $269 for 2019. And Kurt's only suggesting the 1 year for that.
These are supplementals, not abatements.
These are
going-
supplementals,
correct,
yes.
okay.
These are in addition to.
Do you need individual motions on these?
Wait
Yes.
1 second. So the 52 and the 58, what is that again?
Because one's 52 Mystic, the other one's 58 Mystic.
The first one was 12 Emerald Cove.
No, no.
That was the tax
Nope,
abatement.
the map 0334, Mystic Cove.
Is 58 Mystic Cove.
Okay, you had 52 Mystic Cove on the first sentence after supplemental tax number 1.
because it was transferred from 52 to 58.
Yes,
That's what
because,
that's what we were
yes.
just questioning, is what we were doing.
Okay,
Yeah, what happened was I can't remember which order it was, but the exemption was given on 52 and it should have been on 58
Yeah.
or vice versa.
or vice
Okay,
versa,
sorry.
it's in the
No,
wrong
it's
place.
It's just
Okay.
moving it from the one that it shouldn't have been on to the one it should be, and
Okay.
then flipping it back, so.
We just thought it was a typo, so I'm sorry.
Oh, no, there are 2 parcels. And since Kurt split it up into 2017 warrant, 2018 warrant, and 2019 warrant, that's probably the way the motion should go.
So what you get to do is, are you gonna make the motions?
Go ahead.
Well, you can, all right. So, here's your first motion.
So, is he gonna read it?
I've written them out if you'd like me to read what I have.
All right, so the first one is supplemental tax warrant, a motion to approve the tax warrant for Daniel Plummer, person in possession. All right, and map and lot 046-027B in the amount of $130.38
For the year.
for the year.
It's up at the top.
Saying September 13, 2017.
Mhm.
And do you want me to Marjorie Plummer also?
Yep.
Map and lot 046-027, the amount of $95.94 for a total of $226.32 for September 13, 2017.
Second?
No, it's saying
You
17.
can do these individually.
Yeah, it's saying 17. Yep, September 13, 2017 for both of those.
Here it is. Last one.
See?
Okay,
Yeah.
Mhm.
all right,
Yes.
okay.
Second? Second?
Okay, all those in favor?
All right, where's the next one?
We'll have her all set by reading by.
All right,
Okay.
I'm gonna go into the next one, Ralph. All right, a motion to accept the supplemental tax warrants for September 12th, 2018 for Daniel Plummer, person in possession, map 046-027B, in the amount of $133.56, and Marjorie H. Plummer, map and lot 046-027, in the amount of $98.28 for a total of $231.84, and again, that's for September 12th, 2018.
Now, this is the one that's in question, the amount is in question, the
It was only in question what I typed into my minutes, not on the documents that Kurt has.
Okay.
So second that?
All those in favor? Opposed? Motion's carried. Okay. Number 3.
They are all the same. Okay, there's one, thank you for that. Make out all your red stickers.
I'm glad they're usable.
Okay, next one is motion to accept the supplemental tax warrant list for, September 18, 2019 for April McElhenney, trustee David McElhenney, trustee April McElhenney, Living Trust, map 003-034-B, and the amount of $269. The next one is for Daniel Plummer, person in possession, map and lot 046-027B, in the amount of $142.57. And Marjorie H. Plummer, map and lot 046-027, in the amount of $104.91 for a total of $516.48. And again, that's for September 18, 2019.
Second?
All those in favor? Opposed? Motion's carried.
Just chitterwigs. Oh, sorry.
I'll get the second one.
Did we pass that one? Any more?
That's it for
That's it.
supplements. There's a quick claim deed still.
Okay.
We have, I'm sorry.
Marshall, you signed in my spot.
I'm sorry.
All right, and we did this one.
Sign.
All right, sign those.
It is a lot of signing.
Yeah. All the signing.
I got one more for you.
Oh, good.
Did you sign all of them?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Give her a feel like.
That was a little confusing.
Yeah.
I like the red stickers, just sign
There we
here,
go.
sign here.
Now we've got the, someplace in here we probably signed it already.
Quick claim deed.
The quitclaim deed.
And one more person has paid off their taxes, who's been working hard to get that done, so. Gwendolyn Acquisitions LLC, map 2, lot 24B. It's land on Quarry Cove Road.
I remember seeing that.
So she's requesting that you issue a quitclaim deed.
So a motion to accept the quick claim deed of
Gwendolyn Acquisitions LLC.
there you go.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Motion is carried. Next item is RSU 14 Withdrawal Committee update. The update is, we're in the same position we were the last meeting. We are waiting right now on the lawyer from the RSU to finish up the work that he said he was gonna get done on adding those other items. Once we have that, then we'll be able to finalize the separation agreement and then move on to getting the budget, getting that draft budget finalized and things like that. So hopefully, the last communique I had from, on that was, they expected that in the next couple of days.
And when do you expect your draft budget to be completed? 2 days after that?
Well,
Yesterday.
realistically, I would expect that, I expect the draft budget in 30 to 60 days, plus or minus.
My
Slower.
position on a good portion of the budget depends upon Randy's budget work. Once I see his documents, then I can, with all due speed,
You're supposed to be.
So in other words, no stress on Randy, huh?
I'm going on vacation in April, so Randy better get it done.
Oh.
I know they're working on getting theirs
I know.
buttoned up for
I
that,
know.
so.
It's a process that's gonna take
Yeah.
some time.
Okay, public comment.
Due to a lack of public.
Selectman comment.
We got one.
Me? I just want to say, as a board, it's funny to watch some of the people's expressions that come here to listen to us. Did you see these people out there again tonight? They look at us and they do say that we are totally different from the big boards, from the big towns, because we do debate
Hopefully in a
things.
good way.
It is. She said, you guys are nothing like Westbrook, and Lorraine has said that too, where we debate things and we talk about things and we respect each other. So
There is sanity to the process, yes.
there is. So I want to say thank you to a great board.
Make that motion. That's, take that off the
Thank
table.
you as well, young lady.
Yes. Because you can make that at any time, so, but let's do it before we get into the town manager.
Are we ready to make that motion?
Yes.
I would like to move that we take from the table the discussion that we had started on, and I cannot read your writing.
Yeah.
I know
For
what it
the-
was, but I forget the wording.
Yeah, remove from the table consideration of the financial impact of
Right.
the Cumberland County fiscal year change.
Right.
That's what I heard you say, right?
Yes, you did.
Okay,
Yes, you
is there a
did.
second?
Second.
Okay, all those in favor? Okay.
The reason I tabled that was so that we could take a look at other issues developing in the town which have been resolved. So I suggest that we go forward, and I would move that we look at the
5-year,
Cumberland
no
County
interest.
tax 5-year payout plan.
It's 5-year, no interest.
Right, 5-year no payout plan.
Second.
I agree. Second.
All those in favor? Okay, so
Thank
moved.
you.
So you'll
Yeah, we
take care
just
of
kind
that,
of threw
Dawn?
that one in there.
You'll
between
pass that on to
selectmen
Kathy?
comment.
Yep.
All right, town manager's report.
Okay, confirmed date for upcoming regular meetings, April 21st and May 12th. Good?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I am.
When do you
Okay.
go, when do you go, wait, when are you going away?
You're gonna be on vacation, eh?
Oh.
I was just trying to get out of doing some work.
Reminder of upcoming holiday schedule. Monday, April 20th, Patriots Day.
Teresa's birthday.
Upcoming budget schedule.
Isn't your birthday?
March 17th will be the second department review. March 31st, a budget workshop. April 21st, select board warrant review and approval.
You got a joint meetings?
The budget workshop is a joint meeting,
That's the one on the
31st.
Yeah.
The 31st.
Yeah.
So next,
Yep.
well, the 17th is the joint meeting and the
Right.
31st is the workshop.
Yeah, they're both, those
Yeah.
are both joint meetings, yeah.
Yep. Treasurer's warrant.
Right there.
Make a motion, Sam? To move it first.
I moved the motion, not the elastic, Sam.
You gonna make a motion to accept that?
Yeah, I make a motion that we accept the treasurer's warrant,
Any amount of?
Yeah,
$3,083,241.37.
no, 83,000.
So moved.
All those in favor? Opposed? Motion is carried. Boy, she'd be in trouble if you only did
Boy, I'm
3,000.
telling you talk about, you can't read things there.
Yeah, I could read that.
Next item is to consider moving into executive session. Our motion?
Motion to move into executive session pursuant to 1 MRSA Section 405, 6A.
Second.
To consideration of Spirit of America Award.
Second.
All those in favor? Okay. We are into executive session. motion to come out of executive session?
So moved.
Second?
All those in favor? The charge would be to direct Spirit of America Award as recommended in the executive session.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor? Very good. There's nothing else. The
Motion
meeting is adjourned.
Second.